Right, so we've crossed over to Sweden. That was a bit adventurous.
A bit traumatic.
So I've got a Skittel pass, a tag thing for Norway, but it also works on the Oresund Bridge. So the first thing was that worked okay. We heard a beep, and then the light stayed green and the barrier stayed up. So I'll check my account later, but that should come up on my Skittel pass account. Before coming into Sweden, I'd registered Rio with the Swedish customs, because on entering Sweden you have to register your dog with customs. But as we came through the barrier, this police officer saw us, made a beeline for us, jumps out, asked for Rio's passport, or asked if we've got any animals. We said yes, we've got a dog. He says, can I see her passport? So of course I give him the animal health certificate. And he says, then his question, he said, but you haven't got a passport for your dog? And I said, no, because we're from the United Kingdom. We're not allowed passports. We have an animal health certificate. And he says, but you haven't got a passport. And which makes us laugh, because we did have a Belgian passport for Rio. But obviously the EU rules have changed recently, saying you can't have an EU passport with a UK address. So this time we've not travelled on a passport, we've travelled on an animal health certificate. I have got the passport just in case. So he obviously didn't understand. Anyway, I showed him the fact that I'd registered her with customs as well. I showed him the number, and then he radioed through, and somebody radioed back to him. I don't speak Swedish, so I don't understand. But he just immediately said, oh, okay, you can go, and let us go. So, yeah.
Momentarily, a little bit of stress there. I thought, oh, we haven't got a passport, here we go.
You think to yourself, you told you can't have a passport, and then when you're saying, but you haven't got a passport, why haven't you got a passport? I'm like, well, I did want to say because the EU won't let us, but yeah, we got through.
Yeah, we're through. Yeah.
So that's it. But that's the first bit of entertainment on this holiday. Well, good morning from our first night stop in Sweden. It is a place called Osby, or Ösby, I don't know how to pronounce it, OSBY. A couple of hours up from the Oresund Bridge. It's just a small little town. We walked into it last night. There isn't much in there at all, a few shops, but on a Saturday we arrived and they were closed. Today, Sunday, we don't expect anything to be open today either. So we're going to head for a little walk around the lake that this site is on. So you can see there, this is the site, or the lake that the camper stop is on. Free stop, maximum of 2 days that you can stay here. But we're going to go for a walk around into the village, then around the other side of the lake and then back, and see what we can find today. This is just along from the park up, a little wooded walk. Brings you out by the lake. So we're following a trail we found on Wikilocks. So we just started it now because it's a little bit, the start was a little bit long from where we're actually staying. So I'm not sure, probably about 1 kilometre, 1.5 k from
to start,
to the start. So that's what we're following. We've come across a really nice little church here. The town church, with probably the best kept cemetery that I've seen. Very well maintained cemetery with the church. Sunday morning services aren't going on at the minute, so we won't go in. We've come out of the village now and we're into the outskirts of the village, going onto a trail into some woodland. There's some lovely houses here, and all the grounds are so well kept.
They're all timber clad, aren't they? All
timber
clad.
Lovely.
Yeah. It's a very horsey area here. There's a lot of horse houses with stables, isn't there?
I'm not sure what wildlife we're going to bump into on these woods, but when we were driving up, the road signs that we see is a deer to say that there's wildlife might be crossing. Over here it was a picture of an elk. So maybe we'll see some elk at some point. So we found a little spot in the woods, a log to sit on.
A log. Very dense woodland, isn't it?
Yeah. Just going to have a little bit of coffee and our lunch, I think. Some wild strawberries just beginning to blossom. Well, we've made it out to the lake, haven't we? How far have we gone so far, do you think?
Just well over about 10 kilometres.
Thanks, Rio. Very, very posh houses around here. Right, so here we are back at the van. There's only a couple of us left here now after it was full this morning. Well, I enjoyed our first stop in Sweden, did you?
Good, nice walk today. Yeah, nice walk. A bit tired now, but we're going to drive another 2 hours further on and stop. Where's the next place we're stopping? Exjo, which is more of a more interest there, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, the town itself is a historic wooden built town. And then just near there, about 12 kilometres from there, there's a walk through a gorge that we might try and get done tomorrow as well. Yeah, so we're going to head off. It looks like we just got it right because it just looks like it's going to start to get a bit showery. But yeah, nice stop, free stop. Thank you, Sweden. And
nice walk, nice big long walk around the lake. See some beautiful Swedish houses where people live.
Yeah, really nice. And we're going to continue that journey north.